Night Blitz is sponsored by Hardee's, Don Hudson Insurance, McAdoo's, Wicked Diesel, the law offices of Chris White, and the U.S. Army.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jermaine Ferrell, hoping your day is wonderful and blessed. Now for Week 8, the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We have highlights from several games to get to, so let's get the party started with our game of the week.
Now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, sponsored by Don Hudson Insurance.
Our game of the week takes us over to Covington for a battle of 6-0 Three Rivers District teams as the Glenver Highlanders visiting Casey Field in Covington to play the Allegheny Cougars. Now, Glenver, they're averaging 46 points per game while they've only given up 27 points all season, and they've shut out 3 opponents. Glenver, however, they have won their last 9 regular season games. Their last regular season loss was to Allegheny last year. That was 27-10 at Highlander Heaven. Now, Allegheny, they've won their last 11 regular season games. The Cougars are averaging 42 points per game while giving up only 11 points per contest. Now, this is a big playoff matchup game. Glenver, they are number 1 in Region 2C, while Allegheny, they're 3rd in Region 3C. So playoff position in both regions on the line. Let's go to Casey Field in Covington. Full house at Casey Field. Many of the fans here for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and even there for the Cougars. How about Des Jordan? He's going to be a Hall of Famer for the Cougars. Gets it in for the touchdown. On the quarterback keeper, it's 7-0. Here in the second quarter, Jordan's going to go deep to the air for Hunter Knightington, and he gets it to the zone. That's a touchdown. Allegheny up now 14-0 at recess. To the third quarter we go. It is Jordan. Des Jordan, that is. He's going to take the mail, and he's just going to do it himself. That's another quarterback keeper. Gets it in. The Cougars extend their lead to 21-0. And the Cougars, they win the Battle of the Unbeatens as they win this one 34-7 over Glenver. Meanwhile, let's go to Hillsville, another Class 2, Class 3 matchup. Carroll County 5-2 for the first time since 2010, hosting a Floyd County team that they've beaten the last 5 times. We get the party started for the Buffaloes. How about Max Harris? He's going to do a lot of running around. He even faked out TJ on the camera, but that's okay. He found him, and he's going to get to glory. That's a touchdown. Floyd with the 7-0 lead. Same score. Joe March, remember him? He was a Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week. He easily gets it into the house. Touchdown. It's 13-0 Floyd. It's now 16-0 Buffaloes, and Joe March again. He's got all the months on the calendar. Juking and jiving, going to the outside. The bigger the cuts, the bigger the rhyme. Touchdown. It's 24-0 Floyd. And the Buffaloes, they're 5-2 on the season. They beat the Cavaliers tonight 31-6. Vineyard Park, the place to be. Roanoke Catholic hosting the Virginia Spartans. The name of the game was pressure for the Celtics, and the defense forced an intentional grounding for the Spartans right here and there. And then, how about this? Howard Tucker, the head coach, excited about the defense, but the offense also showed they could shine as well. How about Peyton Haley tries to make it Peyton's place, breaks a tackle, and he loses the ball out there, but thankfully would go out of bounds. But then the Celtics, they have Yahya Hairston cleaning up the mess, gets it in for the touchdown. Celtics up 14-0. Less than a minute into the second. How about Yahya Hairston? He's going to take off. He's going to go to the outside. He's going to go untouched to the house. 21-0 Celtics. And the Celtics, they get the win at the crib. They beat the Spartans 21-6. Let's go to the scoreboard. See that Bluefield, West Virginia knocked off Grayson County 21-8. Bath County, they're 6-0 on the year with a 62-0 win over Eastern Montgomery. And in a big high-scoring game, Honaker knocked off Narrows 40-35. William Fleming, they are 7-0 on the year. They shut out Northside on homecoming 34-0. And we have more scores for you. Rural Retreat knocking off Chilhowie 31-16. Norcross, they're 6-1 as they get a road win over Covenant Day School down in North Carolina 43-7. And George Wythe, they're 6-2 on the year with a 40-13 win over J.I. Burton. Coming up on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz with all your action, Ryan Moye was in Daleville as Lord Botetourt. They hosted William Byrd in a key Blue Ridge District matchup. Plus, we make a stop to Newcastle. The high-flying Rockets of Craig County host Perry McClure. Stick and stay, please.
Now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Band of the Week. And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Unsung Hero, sponsored by the law offices of Chris White.
Well, this week's Unsung Hero is longtime educator, official, and coach Grant Smithers. Now, if you go to any high school basketball game, you've seen Grant as an official on the court. Smithers was a head boys basketball coach at Salem and Carroll County. He is a health and physical education teacher. In fact, he's a department chair of the program over at Salem High School. Now, one thing he has been known for as being one of the chairs of the Adam Ward Classic. Now, the Classic was established back in 2017 in honor of Adam Ward. Now, all proceeds from the Classic that's played in February will go to the Adam Ward Scholarship Fund. So congratulations to you, Grant, on being our unsung hero. Well, WFXR Weekend Sports anchor Ryan Moye, he is in the house. He was over in Daleville tonight for a key Blue Ridge District matchup. Let's say these two teams, when they hook up, Ryan, fireworks will happen when they play.
Oh, absolutely. Or, they'll just blast the cannon off, which is what I heard tonight. Well, tonight was the 65th meeting between William Byrd and Lord Botetourt. Byrd won last year's contest 16-0 in the regular season and 41-14 in the Region 3D semifinals. Byrd, though, lost last week for the first time this season to William Fleming. Lord Botetourt is on a 5-game winning streak after losing their opener in OT. LB has shut out their last two opponents. While the Terriers are first in the Region 3D, Lord Botetourt is second in Region 3D, and 1 point separates the teams. Let's head to Daleville. Cavaliers versus Terriers. First quarter, though, Terriers ball. Kanan Lutz on the run. Check this out. He's going to throw it, but it's going to be picked off by Quentin Jones. The Cavs won't find the end zone on that one. Jones. Less than 50 seconds left in the quarter. Cavs in the red zone. Tristan Overbay, my man, with the touchdown. Botetourt with the 7-0 lead. Second quarter, though, Cavs punted away, but it doesn't go the way they wanted to. Terriers with really good field position, and you know what? They're going to take advantage of that right out the gate. First play of the drive, Jarrett, the Jet Shepherd, that's what I'm calling him now, Jermaine, blows by the defense to the house for the score. William Byrd will miss the extra point, though. Score now 7-6 LB. Byrd back on offense, this time in the red zone. Shepherd, the Jet, comes up with the touchdown. Byrd out in front 13-7, but don't count Lord Botetourt out, okay? They respond with less than a minute left in the half. Garrett Lonker launches one to Seth Ryder. Oh my goodness, to put the Cavs back in the driver's seat. Jermaine with the 14-13 lead. Lord Botetourt on top comes away with this win, 21-13. Hands Byrd their second loss on the season. Next week, though, Lord Botetourt visits William Fleming, while William Byrd hosts Franklin County. Jermaine?
I tell you what, one thing is that that's going to be a big matchup next week. But, like I said, when those two teams hook up, Ryan, it is always a battle, and this game didn't disappoint. So Good work as always over in Daleville. They love you over there, by the way. Word on the street.
I think so.
Good stuff right there. Well, guess what, folks? Our next stop, thank you again, Ryan. Our next stop over at Newcastle, where the Craig County Rockets are 5-1 for the first time since 1984. I was 10 years old back then. The face of Perry McClure team they've lost to the last 12 times. Now, their last win over the Fighting Blues, you have to go back to 2010. So let's go to Newcastle for all of the action. And they're running out or walking out. It looked like a run, but it was a walk. How about this? Craig County, the Rockets taking off on this play right here. That is going to be Carter Calfee. C-squared gets the touchdown with the missed extra point. It was 6-0. But then Perry McClure with the ball. They've been playing pretty well as well. How about Jace Barger is going to take that one in for the touchdown. And that is a missed extra point. So we are tied at 6 because of the missed extra point right there. Hit off the upright. But then Jackson Brokenborough, he calls it right there, plows his way in for the touchdown. Number 24 in the program, number 1 in your heart, made it 14-6, Perry McClure. Fighting Blues, they go on to win this game over Craig County by the score of 37-6. A Southwest Roanoke battle. Patrick Henry had the bye week last week, taking on K-Spring Knights. They are the host at Bogle. Second quarter, it's already 21-0 PH, and Patrick Henry, how about Davion Drenette takes it into the house. That made it 28-0. We go to the third quarter, and PH would still keep scoring. How about this? Jacob Painter to Cameron Ogletree. Ogletree with the touchdown. Nice play there. Made it 35-0 PH. But then K-Spring, they would get some offense going. How about Drew Browning takes it in for the touchdown? They see the scoreboard, it's 35-7, but back with more. Patrick Henry on the ground. Samir Haithcote ending the third quarter with a touchdown that made it 42-7. Go to the fourth quarter. What can Brown do for you? How about Keandre Brown takes it in, running hard. That's a touchdown. PH, they get the W over K-Spring tonight, 49-7. Alta Vista are perfect 6-0 season leaders in Region 1B, hosting the Gretna Hawks. Gretna has won the last 8 meetings as they are third in Region 2C. So we go early in the first quarter. How about Alta Vista's LaDanian Stone? Hands of Stone running through there. That is young man running right there. 50 yards later, he's into the house. With the 2-point conversion, Alta Vista takes the 8-0 lead. We go to the second quarter. Alta Vista is going to play. How about Jacorian Davis? He gets it in for the touchdown and made it 14-0. Alta Vista, they end an 8-game losing streak to Gretna. They double up Gretna to go to 7-0, 28-14 the final. Let's go back to the scoreboard. Franklin County shutting out Stanton River 10-0. Pulaski County putting 63 on the board against Blacksburg, winning that one 63-19. Christiansburg shutting out Hidden Valley 56-0. It was Appomattox getting another win there over Chatham 51-22. And Nelson County, they got the win as they got that victory over, let's see, Nelson County. They got that win over Dan River. That should be 55-18. Nelson County didn't play themselves. They beat Dan River 55-18. We're coming up on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz with all your action. We take a tour of the Seminole District. We have the featured game. It's the Black and Blue Bowl between Glass and JF. Stick and stay, please.
And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Hardee's Fan Cam. Sponsored by Hardee's. And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz is back.
Well, we take our weekly tour to Seminole District as the featured game is the Black and Blue Bowl as the 5-1 Jefferson Forest Cavaliers hosting the 4-2 EC Glass Hilltoppers. Or EC Glass are 6th in Region 40. JF is 3rd in Region 40. So playoff position on the line here. JF coming out in the second half. They already had a 17-0 lead over Glass. They would look to add to it. How about this? Dylan Marks goes to the air, hooking up with C-Mac. Cameron McClendon with the touchdown. And it made it 24-0. Of course, JF fans honoring breast cancer survivors, as well as those battling breast cancer. Meanwhile, C-Mac good with catching footballs, but he's good at kicking them. 41-yard field goal, that's good. The Cavaliers, they're dancing as they go to 6-1 on the year with a 27-0 win on the shutout over the Toppers. Over at City Stadium in Lynchburg, the Heritage Pioneers at 5-1, hosting the 4-2 Rustburg Red Devils. Heritage, they're 4th in Region 3C. They're 2.5 points ahead of Rustburg. They're 5th. Heritage jumped out to a 2-score lead, courtesy of Aiden Slash, the 9-yard quarterback keeper. Pioneers up 14-0. And the cheerleaders for Heritage, they love that. You like that? Yes, you do. Heritage looked like they might try to extend for a half. A Slash showing his arm skills, and he hits Caleb Grant in stride on a 30-yard bomb. That would set up this field goal attempt to end the half, but the Rustburg Randalls would block it. It was a good play, but not enough defense in the second half to contain the Pioneers as Heritage, they get the win over Rustburg, 31-14. A pair of 3-3 teams, the Brookville Bees hosting the Amherst County Lancers. The Bees, they've won the last 6 meetings over the Lancers, but the Lancers would get things going right here. How about Aaron Thompson getting the tush push? Gets it in for the touchdown. The Lancers take the 7-0 lead. And, of course, the fans would love that from Amherst. But meanwhile, how about Carter McDaniel, another C-Mac for the Bees. Drops the ball, no problem. Picks it back up. Goes to Jaden Miller time. Yes, it is with the cut. Got it in for the touchdown to tie the score at 7. But then Brookville tried to do some offensive here on the side as you see right here, Carter McDaniel not so fortunate here. Some haterade. Nick McHale, freshman, gets the pick 6. He has a reservation for 6 in the zone. Touchdown. The Lancers end a 6-game losing streak to the Bees. They win this one 52-27. Our last batch of highlights comes from Liberty Christian. Undefeated Bulldogs, they have an 18-game winning streak, hosting a winless Liberty Minutemen. They're on a 33-game losing streak. The Bulldogs go up early, courtesy of JC. That's Jaden Coward. He's going to show some speed, and he's going to cut through 16-yard run, dashing right to your living room. That's a touchdown untouched. He gets in there. And, of course, it was pink night for LCA. Again, everyone pink to support breast cancer survivors. The Bulldogs getting it done on defense, too. Big man in the middle, Easton Ware with the tackle for the loss. That's a TFL if you keep score at home. Everything going the Bulldogs' way. They win their 19 straight. They beat Liberty 55-6. And let's go to the scoreboard. You see that is George Washington defeating Bassett 31-21. Halifax shutting out Tunstall 53-0, and Magna Vista doing the same to Martinsville 42-0. More scores to tell you about. Radford doubling up Patrick County 24-14. Giles 1 point better than Galax 41-40, and it was Smith Mountain Lake Christian defeating Hargrave Military 29-13.
Now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week, sponsored by Wicked Diesel.
Well, this week's athlete was simply a bulldozer all over the field. Not only did he run for over 85 yards, he also had 2 touchdowns as well and sealed the deal in his team's 27-8 win over Carroll County last Friday. And guess what? He's your player of the week.
Carter Nicely, running back, middle linebacker, Allegheny High School. The first touchdown, we were on the 1 yard line. It was just kind of a put your shoulder down and get in the end zone there, just running behind my big linemen, doing their assignments, getting me in the end zone. That second touchdown, late in the game, trying to put them away. I was able to break a few tackles and just rumble into the end zone. I mean, I just got to get in the end zone. That's what's going through my mind. I got to find space, got to stay on my feet, keep my legs moving, and just keep on running until I get pay dirt.
What does it mean to you when you put that Cougars jersey on?
That means a lot. I represent this school, have a lot of pride in it. Coming all the way up from rec league programs, just trying to put my name out there and put our school's name out there. We definitely clicked, just the schools combined, and it all seemed to come together just right, just winning ball after ball game. The chemistry between all of us is amazing. It's just something you couldn't have really seen coming, but the coaching staff really being able to just get us together and get us on the right track.
Who got you into football, man?
Oh, my dad. He's always pushed me to be the best version of myself all the time. He always put me in sports when I was little, and he was always pushing me to be the best version of myself. Right now, I'm just looking at the next game. Always just looking, not trying to look too far ahead in the future. We're always playing the next game, not looking at another opponent we might have to play, not looking at the playoffs. We're just worried about beating the next guy in line.
It's time for Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Mock-Edited Play of the Night, sponsored by Macadoo's.
Our Maka did it play of the night. We go back to Brookville. How about Amherst County's Nikhil Fleshman gets the pick 6. He has a reservation for 6 in the zone. So Mr. Fleshman on that pick 6 for a touchdown. You earn our Maka did it play of the night.
It's time for Hardee's Friday Night Blitz in the Trenches, sponsored by the U.S. Army.
Our In the Trenches segment, we feature the Roanoke Catholic defense. How about this? Look at that. That forced a bad play here. In fact, it forced bad plays in that defense, making plays, holding that Virginia Spartans back, and they did a great job. So the Roanoke Catholic defense making plays, you earn our In the Trenches honor for this week. Now, we have college football action to tell you about coming up on Saturday. Virginia traveling to Clemson. That's a noon kickoff. At 1:30, it's VMI hosting the Citadel in the battle for the Silver Shako. And then at 2 o'clock, Ferrum will host Hampton-Sydney in a homecoming game there. Then, also tomorrow or Saturday at 3 o'clock, Southern Virginia will visit Methodist. And then at 4 o'clock, in the more ODAC action, Washington Elite takes on Guilford. And then in a Sunday game, 2 o'clock, at Salem Stadium, Roanoke College takes on Fork Union as Roanoke College looks to stay perfect on the season as they look to go to 4-0 with all the action right then and there. Well, folks, guess what? That does it for this edition of the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We appreciate everyone who had a hand in it, the shooters, behind the scenes crew. Everyone did a fantastic job in putting this show together. So we will have this show on WFXRTV.com momentarily. Thank you so much for watching our show. I'm Jermaine Ferrell. Hope all of your teams are winners. Have a wonderful, blessed night and weekend, everybody.